Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. Today, we're going to be doing our weekly tarot card reading for the week of February 15th through the 21st. Make sure I got the right dates for all the water signs. That would be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So let's see what's going on for all you water signs for this upcoming week. And as always, please take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. And please hit that like button. So this will go out to other water signs that need to see this information. It helps send it out to more people on YouTube when you hit the like button. So please send that out to more people. Hit that like button and also hit subscribe if you haven't already so that you'll get future videos I put out. I do regular readings as well as special reads, and sometimes I just have informational videos, just depends. So if you hit that subscribe button, you'll get all that. So let's see what's going on for this week coming up for all the water signs. So what is the energy for water signs for the week of 15th through 21st of February, 2026? All right, let's get right into it today. Let's see what's going on. All right, so Ace of Cups, King of Cups. Ooh, okay. Strength. And we've got the Six of Cups. Got a lot of cups going on here. Hold on, let me move the microphone so I got room. Page of Swords, King of Swords, and Knight of Swords. Oh, sorry, Knight of Cups. So there's a lot of cups, 4 cups in here. So coming into the middle of the month, water signs, you have been demonstrating some strength. You see how she's petting the lion there. If you can see, there's a little bit of a glare. But you've been demonstrating some strength. And I feel like you've been going through some stuff that hasn't been pleasant. And so you've had to have strength to get through it. But it's like you've already gone through that. You've already, like, it's like you're wrapping that up, whatever that was difficult in the past, you're wrapping it up. And so it's kind of like, I'm hearing reward. So it's kind of like the universe is now going to reward you for everything that you've been through. It's like, good karma's coming back to you. So you've been through a lot, you've demonstrated strength. You're kind of, it's kind of behind you now. You're through that phase. And now it's like you're going to be rewarded for everything you've been through. And then the next line is when we see, and this is in the past position. So you've already been going through that phase and you're coming out the other side, is what I'm feeling. Like it's coming to an end. Either it's ended already or it's, coming to an end. But in the current energy, looking at these next couple cards, I see where the reward is coming in. So you have the Ace of Cups coming in the current energy. So it could be, a love offer coming in from the universe. You can see how, like, and it's funny how the card, the hand is holding it like this, the cups on the hand. So it's like the universe is giving you this opportunity, giving you this offer. It's a new beginning. And it could very well be a new beginning in love. And it does look like this is definitely a love reading from the cards I see here, what I'm feeling energetically. So it's a new beginning in love's coming in. And it could very well be that you've been wrapping up, a cycle, maybe like a past love cycle or something like that. Or I'm also hearing just working on yourself. Like maybe you have just been spent some time being on your own, being single, just working on yourself. That's, and you're wrapping up that time of being alone in that work, that you've been doing. But new opportunities coming in, new offer for love. And it looks like it's a King of Cups coming in for you. So I'm hearing this is somebody that I'm hearing mature. So they could be older age-wise in age, but it's also like they could be mature, like in how they are emotionally. Like there's an emotional maturity to this person. They're not, they don't act like a teenager. They kind of got their stuff together. And I'm hearing that they're okay with like sharing their feelings. They can talk about their emotions. They don't have any kind of issue with that. So there's definitely like an emotional maturity to this person. And they could be, they could be a mature person on top of that. But I feel like they're an adult, you know, they're mature in the sense of, they act like an adult. They don't have to be older or anything like that. But it looks like that King of Cups is coming in for you. And it could very well be somebody from your past that's coming in. And it's like they're maybe this is somebody in your past that like things did not, for whatever reason, maybe things never progressed into a love type situation with this person. Maybe it's like a friend of yours that you've known for a long time, but it just never went that direction. And, they're and it's now is like the good time for it to happen, into the like a love type situation. But they're going to be showing you like kindness, and they're going to be like, willing to like share their emotions, their time, their resources, because, they're going to want to be with you. They're going to want the relationship. So it could be somebody from your past, but it also, and I feel like it is, but it could also just be someone who's kind, willing to share, willing to work with you and share their resources with you and things like that. But I'm really feeling like it's somebody from your past that, like I said, for whatever reason, things didn't work out between the two of you in the past. Like maybe I'm hearing like the timing wasn't right back then for you two to be together, but now it is. And what they're telling me is like this strength card. It's like I feel like you had to go through a period. You had to go through this before you were ready for this person. So if this is like you had to work on yourself, maybe you had to go through strength and, growth, inner growth before you were ready, or if it's like maybe you had to end a previous cycle with somebody else, but it's like you had to go through that time period before you were ready for this. So this is what I have in the current energy for you, water signs, for this upcoming week. So this is happening now. This is what I have for you currently. So that's good. I mean, it looks good so far. So coming into the near future, it looks like you're going to be dealing with some gossip and innuendo of some kind, but I think it's coming not from the King of Cups. It's coming from somebody else. And I think it could be this King of Swords. And it could be some jealousy involved is what I'm hearing. So maybe, this King of Cups that's coming in, maybe the King of Swords, so when someone else finds out about it and they're not happy about it, and there's some like, talking behind your back, gossip, innuendo about it, but it's coming from a place of jealousy, is what they're saying. Like this person isn't happy that you're picking the King of Cups over them. So I feel like this is somebody, maybe this is the person that you're ending the previous phase with. This King of Swords. You might be ending a relationship with them, and they find out that, you're starting a new cycle with somebody else, and they're not happy. But here's this offer coming in for you, from this King of Cups. So that's really exciting coming in. So it's like when you first met this person, maybe they offered something to you in the past, and they were a knight back then. And maybe you were in a relationship with somebody else or something like that. It just didn't go anywhere. But now this person has changed into a knight, or I'm sorry, into a king. So they've matured from this to this. It's like I'm hearing they've done their own inner growth. So they've matured a lot since then. So I don't know how long ago you were involved with this person or you knew this person, but I feel like it's been a while, maybe a couple years. But they've done some growth. So they've kind of morphed from this Knight of Cups to this King of Cups. So what I'm hearing is that in the past, they offered you something, whether it's friendship or, could have been a romantic. I feel like it's more romantic partnership they wanted. but it just didn't go anywhere. And I think it's just because of the circumstances that you all were in at the time. But it's like now is the time for it to come into your life with this person. Like now is the time. It's like I'm hearing you're both ready now for it. Where before, like he had to grow from that knight to a king. I feel like maybe you were both involved with other people, or, you were, and it's like you had your own inner things that you had to take care of and go through and close out cycles and stuff. You had your own stuff that you had to go through before you were ready for this Ace of Cups, this new beginning to come in. So going back to this, which is interesting, is King of Swords and, Page, but I feel like they're definitely not happy about this change for you, about this person coming in. And it's like, they're saying stuff behind your back, gossip, innuendo about it. Like I said, and it's coming from a place of jealousy. So I'm going to go ahead and get some clarifiers for this page. I'm curious to get a little more information. So please give me 2 clarifiers about the Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords here for water signs? 2 clarifiers, please. Thank you. Okay, so we've got interesting. So the 2 clarifiers the 2 clarifiers I got are these 2 cards. So lots of pentacles here. The 9 and 10 of pentacles. So I feel like if this is somebody from your past, things did not go well with this person. And you ended up going the route of being single, independent, and sovereign out of the relationship, which goes with I was talking about, you were getting out of this cycle, going through that. But it wasn't easy. Like it took a lot of effort to close that out. And so this new situation coming in is going to put you in a 10 of Pentacles. So you're in the 9, and this is going to put you into the 10. And this King of Swords sees that this change is happening. Like they're not happy, first of all, that you are sovereign, independent, and you're doing good for yourself and being abundant. But then it's like your involvement with this King of Cups is going to bring extra like abundance and prosperity into your life. And they're not going to be happy about that. And I'm hearing that this King of Cups, it could be like this abundance could be, abundance in love and, being in a relationship. But it could also be that maybe you're going to work with this King of Cups on some kind of like project that's going to bring in like material abundance, like maybe start a business together or something like that, or work on something together that's going to be very abundant. So you are going to, it's like in the near future, you're going to be in a very good place. But I think that's the route, well, from what they're showing me, that's the route of the jealousy that the King of Swords is coming from. He's jealous of your abundance in a good relationship, but also there could be, like I said, financial abundance with your new relationship with the King of Cups. So this hasn't happened yet. This is coming in the near future. But I think when they catch wind of what's going on with you and the word gets out, that's, when they're going to start saying stuff. But I'm really feeling like what I'm hearing is, don't, not to, I see like people whispering to each other, like, like gossiping to each other, like whispering, but I'm hearing ignore it. Like, don't get razzled up by it. Just ignore it and let it go, because you're going to be in a good place. And just remember, it's coming from a place of jealousy from that King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords might be a past or someone that, you just broke up with, or someone you're getting out of a relationship with. But they're also telling me it might not be. It might be like a family member or friend. It doesn't have to be somebody that you were romantically involved with. So it could be somebody else who's got these King of Swords, archetype that, excuse me, like a friend or a family member that's not happy about your abundance. And there's plenty of people like that, friends, relatives that, Sometimes people are, just jealous and they're not happy of our good fortune and good things that happen to us. And I kind of feel like that's the case with this person, whoever that King of Swords may be in your situation. So if this resonates with you, I wouldn't get, I know it's frustrating when people are gossiping about you, but I wouldn't let it get to you. I would just kind of, blow it off and just focus on yourself because, things are going to be really good for you. I mean, you've got some good stuff coming in here in the near future. You got this new beginning coming in, lots of abundance, and I feel like, you're going to be in a good place, water sign. So I wouldn't let, the gossip and stuff get to you, even though it's frustrating and it might upset you. I would just get on with my life and be happy and not worry about it. So that's what I have for you all for the week of the 15th through 21st. So I hope you enjoyed this reading and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.